Welcome to the Prescott Lab podcast, not just theory, practical science for everyone. I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott, a physician and integrative medicine researcher at the Ravenshade Institute for Human Health. Gentlemen, let's cut through the noise. If you're a man in your 50s, 60s, even 70s, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that stubborn pressure down low, the nights that feel like a relay race to the bathroom. The way your energy just doesn't stretch as far as it used to, and somewhere along the line somebody, maybe even your doctor, shrugged and said, "That's just getting older." But here's the thing, I've seen too many men prove that wrong. I'm talking about guys who thought their prime was long gone until they made a few small targeted changes. No extra pills, no scary procedures, just smart, natural moves that gave their body the space to heal and brought back the comfort, strength, and confidence they thought was gone for good. And that's why I'm asking you for something right now. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, do it, because every week we bring you men's health strategies that most guys never hear from their doctors. And hit that like button not just for me, but because every single like is fuel. It's what keeps us creating more videos, digging deeper, and sharing the tools that can help men like you get their life back. So, stay with me. Because in a moment, I'm going to show you why that swollen prostate you've been living with isn't a life sentence, and why the next few minutes could change the way you think about your health forever. 1. Why an enlarged prostate isn't your fate. Here's the truth, gentlemen. Your prostate didn't suddenly wake up one morning and decide to give you trouble. It's been responding quietly, steadily to years of signals from the rest of your body, and most of those signals, they can be changed. I've seen too many men in my office come in looking defeated. They say, "Doc, I guess this is just my new normal." They think once you cross 60, you're destined to live with a swollen prostate, slow flow, and nights broken up by bathroom trips. But that's not how the body works. The prostate is an organ, not a ticking time bomb, and like every other part of you, it reacts to what you feed it, how you move, how you rest, and even how you handle stress. Now here's the part most guys never hear. Swelling in the prostate is often your body's defense system trying to repair damage, not just random bad luck. Chronic inflammation, sluggish circulation, hormone imbalances, they all feed into it. But when you turn those dials in the right direction, reduce the inflammation, restore healthy blood flow, balance the hormones, the prostate can respond faster than you'd ever expect. I remember a man named Frank, 67 years old. He came in convinced he was headed for surgery. But instead of rushing to the operating table, we focused on 3 simple changes: what he ate, when he ate it, and how he hydrated. In less than a month, his night trips dropped from 6 to 2. The look on his face when he told me he'd finally slept a full 5 hours, that's the moment I wish every man could feel. And here's the kicker, it wasn't magic, it was biology. When you give your prostate the right tools, it does what it's designed to do: heal, recover, and work without making you miserable. So, if you've been told this is just aging, I'm here to tell you that's bad advice. You're not powerless. In fact, you're one decision away from starting a chain reaction that can bring back the comfort, energy, and control you thought you'd lost. And that's exactly why we're starting with the fastest working fruit I've ever seen in 30 years of practice. A fruit that's sweet, hydrating, and loaded with one of the most powerful prostate healing compounds on Earth. A compound that's been shown to shrink inflammation in as little as 18 hours. 2. Watermelon, the lycopene leader. There's something about a slice of ripe watermelon that takes you right back to summer, the sweetness hitting your tongue, the cool juice running down your chin, the way it seems to quench thirst in a way nothing else can. But for men over 50, watermelon can do far more than refresh you on a hot day. In my 30 years of practice, I've seen it bring noticeable relief to prostate symptoms in less than 24 hours. The secret: a bright red pigment called lycopene. Lycopene is a powerhouse antioxidant that has a special affinity for prostate tissue. Once it's in your system, it works deep inside the gland, calming inflammation, reducing oxidative stress, and helping the prostate return to a healthier size. What's more, lycopene accumulates in the prostate, building a reserve of protection that keeps working for you day after day. I'll never forget Robert, a 68-year-old retired pilot who came to me after years of disrupted sleep. He'd memorized every restroom location between his house and the grocery store. Medications had dulled his symptoms a little but left him sluggish, foggy, and frustrated. I told him something he didn't expect. Start your day tomorrow with 2 cups of fresh watermelon and a small handful of almonds. 2 days later, he called my office, sounding almost in disbelief. "Doc, last night I only got up once, and I woke up feeling rested." Within a week, he was sleeping through the night more often than not without any new medications, without side effects. Part of the magic is in the pairing. Watermelon is over 90% water, so it hydrates you while gently flushing the urinary tract. And when you combine it with a healthy fat like almonds, walnuts, or a drizzle of olive oil, your body can absorb up to 3 times more lycopene. That's why the timing matters. Early in the day, on an empty stomach, or right after your morning hydration, so your system is primed to soak up every bit of it. And there's a bonus effect most men are happy to discover: better pelvic circulation. When inflammation in that region goes down and blood vessels open up, it doesn't just help your prostate, it can improve other aspects of male vitality that we don't always talk about openly. Let's just say Robert was smiling for more than one reason. The best part: watermelon is simple, safe, and widely available. In season, choose one that's heavy for its size with a creamy yellow spot where it sat on the ground. Cut it into cubes, keep it in the fridge, and make it part of your morning routine. And if cold foods bother you, let it sit out for 10 minutes before eating. Now, while watermelon may be the fastest acting fruit I've seen, it works even better when it's part of a team. And the next fruit on that team is one you probably enjoy already: a tangy, refreshing powerhouse that fights inflammation, boosts circulation, and sets the stage for every other nutrient you eat to work harder for you. 3. Citrus fruits, the anti-inflammatory Kickstart. When you peel an orange in the morning and that bright, clean scent fills the air, it feels simple, almost ordinary. But inside that everyday fruit is a kind of healing power most men never realize they're holding in their hands. Citrus fruits, lemons, oranges, grapefruits, are loaded with plant compounds called bioflavonoids, especially hesperidin and naringin. These aren't just vitamins in the casual sense, they are inflammation fighters. They neutralize oxidative stress, the silent damage happening deep in the prostate tissue, and give your body the breathing room it needs to start repairing itself. Vitamin C in citrus is another quiet hero. Sure, it's famous for helping fight colds, but in men over 50 it plays a bigger role, keeping your blood vessels flexible. When vessels stiffen, blood flow slows. Pressure builds in the pelvic region and your prostate feels that squeeze. Flexible vessels mean less pressure, better circulation, and less of that constant urge to run to the bathroom. One of my patients, Alan, 66 years old, former high school coach, had been waking up 4 or 5 times a night. His golf game disappeared, not because his swing went bad, but because he was just too tired to get up in the morning. We started with something almost laughably simple: half a lemon squeezed into warm water each morning. That was it. 2 weeks later, he told me he was only getting up once or twice at night, and he'd started walking the course again. Citrus also gives you a boost in nitric oxide production. Think of nitric oxide as the open sesame for your blood vessels, relaxing and widening them, improving circulation not just to your heart and brain, but to your pelvic region too. And when circulation improves there, every tissue in that area, prostate included, works better. In practical terms, adding citrus is easy. Warm lemon water first thing in the morning, orange slices with breakfast, a squeeze of lime over lunch or dinner. It's the consistency that matters: a steady trickle of anti-inflammatory, circulation-friendly support your body can count on. What I love most about citrus is its history. Ancient Mediterranean healers used it to purify the blood long before anyone knew what bioflavonoids were. Today, science has confirmed what they saw with their own eyes. Citrus doesn't just freshen your palate, it prepares your body to heal. And that's exactly why I like to follow citrus with the next fruit on our list. One that doesn't just calm inflammation, but can transform your nights. A fruit with a deep ruby color, a natural gift for better flow, and a secret ability to help you sleep through the night without those constant interruptions. 4. Cherries, the sleep and flow restorer. There's something almost nostalgic about a bowl of cherries. Maybe it takes you back to a summer afternoon, sitting on the porch, spitting the pits into the grass, the juice staining your fingers a deep red. But beyond the sweetness and the memories, cherries hold one of the most underrated secrets in men's health: the ability to restore a steady flow and help you sleep like you haven't in years. The magic lies in anthocyanins, the pigments that give cherries their deep, rich color. These compounds are potent anti-inflammatories, and they have a specific talent for targeting the COX-2 enzyme. When COX-2 runs too hot, it triggers swelling in the prostate, narrowing the channel and making urination a frustrating, uncomfortable chore. By cooling that enzyme down, cherries help open that channel, giving you relief without the side effects of synthetic drugs. But cherries have another trick most men don't expect. They're one of the few natural sources of melatonin precursors. That means they don't just help you fall asleep, they help you stay asleep. For a man with prostate issues, this is a game changer. Deeper, longer sleep allows your body to repair tissue, rebalance hormones, and reset inflammation levels overnight. I'll never forget Harold, a 74-year-old retired engineer. He hadn't slept more than 2 hours straight in over a decade. Every night was the same, bathroom, bed, on repeat until dawn. We added a small glass of tart cherry juice to his morning routine and a handful of frozen cherries in the evening. Within 3 weeks, he was waking up only once or twice a night. He told me, "Doc, I feel human again." The sparkle in his eyes said the rest. Cherries also help your blood vessels stay flexible, supporting circulation throughout the pelvic region, vital not just for your prostate, but for other aspects of male vitality we don't always talk about in polite company. And their gentle diuretic effect helps flush the urinary tract without stripping your body of essential minerals, making them safe for long-term use. You can enjoy cherries fresh in season, frozen when they're not, or as unsweetened tart cherry juice for a concentrated dose. For men watching their sugar, tart cherries are naturally lower in sugar than sweet varieties, and sticking with unsweetened juice keeps blood sugar impact minimal. What strikes me most is how quickly some men notice changes, sometimes in just days. Better flow, better sleep, better mood. And when you start sleeping through the night, your energy, patience, and confidence return in ways you can feel every single day. Now, cherries are powerful on their own, but the next fruit takes the anti-inflammatory fight to another level and does it in a way most men never expect. It's small, bright green, and often overlooked. Yet it works from the inside out to calm your prostate and improve digestion. Two things more connected than most people realize. 5. Kiwi, the green anti-inflammatory powerhouse. There's something almost surprising about a kiwi. From the outside, it's a little fuzzy brown oval that doesn't look like much. But slice it open and you get that burst of bright emerald green, a color so vivid it almost feels alive. And in a way, it is. Because for man struggling with prostate inflammation, kiwi is more than a snack. It's a quiet daily dose of healing. Kiwi packs more vitamin C than an orange, and that's not just trivia for a nutrition label. Vitamin C is one of the most potent antioxidants you can give your prostate. It shields delicate tissue from oxidative stress, that slow, smoldering damage that keeps your glands swollen and irritable. But kiwi doesn't stop there. It also delivers vitamin E, potassium, and polyphenols, each of them working together to calm inflammation and keep your cells healthy. What really sets kiwi apart, though, is an enzyme called actinitin. Most guys never think about digestion when they think about prostate health, but the two are more connected than they realize. Poor digestion can allow toxins to leak from the gut into the bloodstream, fueling systemic inflammation, including in the prostate. Actinitin helps break down protein more efficiently, easing that inflammatory burden before it even reaches your gland. I remember Charles, a 71-year-old retired firefighter who came to me worn out and frustrated. Urgency, weak flow, pelvic pressure, his fishing trips with his grandson had become endurance tests. He tried medications, but the dizziness and brain fog were worse than the symptoms. I told him to try one medium kiwi every morning on an empty stomach. 2 weeks later, he came back grinning. "Doc, I'm sleeping better, I'm fishing longer. And I don't have to plan my day around bathroom stops." Research backs up what I've seen in practice. Regular kiwi consumption can lower key inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, CRP, and interleukin-6, IL-6, both of which are linked to prostate swelling. Lowering these is like turning down the pressure valve on a system that's been running too hot for too long. Kiwi is also one of the gentlest therapeutic fruits I recommend. It's easy on the system, allergic reactions are rare, and it's available almost everywhere. You can eat it sliced with the skin on for extra fiber and antioxidants, blend it into a smoothie, or add it to your morning citrus water for a double shot of anti-inflammatory power. When you add kiwi to your routine, you're not just helping your prostate, you're improving your body's ability to process nutrients, balance inflammation, and recover overnight. It's the kind of subtle daily win that builds up into something big over time. And speaking of building, our last fruit doesn't just protect, it fortifies. It's a group of small, colorful, antioxidant-rich berries that shield your cells like a fortress and support your heart, brain, and metabolism along with your prostate. 6. Berries, the antioxidant guardians. There's a reason berries have been called nature's jewels. They're small, vibrant, and packed with more power than their size lets on. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, each one brings something unique to the table. And for a man over 50, they're not just a snack. They're your prostate's bodyguards. Your prostate, like your heart, your brain, and every other organ, is under constant attack from free radicals. These unstable molecules damage cells, trigger chronic inflammation, and over time, keep your gland swollen and irritable. Left unchecked, they can set the stage for more serious issues. Berries are loaded with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins and polyphenols, that neutralize those free radicals before they can do harm. Blueberries, with their deep blue skin, boost nitric oxide production, improving circulation to the pelvic region and supporting healthier tissue function. Strawberries bring ellagic acid, which helps regulate abnormal cell growth. Raspberries pack ketones with strong anti-inflammatory properties. And blackberries, they're rich in tannins that strengthen connective tissue in the pelvic floor, giving better support to your bladder and prostate. I think of William, a 72-year-old who came to me worn down by constant urgency and fatigue. He was losing patience with himself and it was affecting his relationships. I suggested something almost too simple: start each morning with a cup of mixed berries. 2 weeks later, he walked in smiling. "Doc, I feel lighter in my body and my head." The urgency had eased, his mind felt sharper, and his energy was back. The beauty of berries is their versatility. Fresh in summer, frozen in winter, they hold their nutritional power. Toss them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or just eat them by the handful. They're easy on digestion, low in calories, and high in fiber, making them a daily win for both your gut and your prostate. And here's the part most men underestimate. Protecting your prostate is about more than just the gland itself. When you eat berries consistently, you're also protecting your heart, sharpening your mind, and stabilizing your blood sugar. Those three pillars, heart, brain, and metabolism, are what keep you active, confident, and capable well into your later years. Berries are like the insurance policy you actually enjoy paying into. And when you combine them with the other 4 fruits we've talked about, watermelon, citrus, cherries, and kiwi, you're building a protective shield that works on every level. Now let's pull it all together. In the final part, I'll show you how to make these fruits a consistent part of your life, so the benefits aren't just something you hear about, they're something you feel every single day. 7. Conclusion. Your stronger chapter starts now. Gentlemen, we've walked through 5 of nature's most powerful allies for your prostate, each with its own way of restoring balance and giving you back what time and stress have tried to take away. Watermelon, with its lycopene-rich punch to bring fast relief and open up blood flow. Citrus fruits, the daily spark that keeps inflammation low and circulation high. Cherries, the deep red secret for better nights and smoother mornings. Kiwi, the green powerhouse that heals from the inside out by calming your gut and your gland. And berries, the small but mighty guardians that protect your prostate, your heart, and your mind all at once. These aren't exotic superfoods you have to hunt down. They're sitting in your grocery store right now. They're in your farmer's market. Some might already be in your kitchen, waiting for you to put them to work. I've seen men who thought their best days were behind them, wake up with energy, sleep through the night, and get back to the activities they love, all because they made these fruits part of their daily rhythm. And the most important thing, they didn't just hear about it, they acted on it. So here's my challenge to you. Start tomorrow. Pick one of these fruits. Make it part of your morning every day for the next week. See how you feel. Watch what happens. Then start stacking them. 2 fruits, 3 fruits, each one adding another layer of strength and resilience to your body. And if you found even one idea here today that could help you, do 2 things. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next men's health strategy that could change your life. And hit like, because every like tells us to keep making these videos, to keep showing up with the truth about your health, and to keep giving you the tools you need to take control. Leave me a comment, just a 1 if you're ready to start, or a 0 if you think we can make it better for you. I read them, I respond, and I use your feedback to make this channel your channel. Your stronger chapter isn't somewhere far off. It's right here, right now. And it can start with something as simple as the fruit you put on your plate tomorrow morning.